All right, we're going to give this a shot. What's up, guys? I'm Chris Eaton, and welcome to episode 104 of the old Snakes and the Fat Man there. Oh. 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 Hey there, everyone. You're tuned in to Snakes and the Fat Man with your host, Chris. I've got something thrilling to share with you today. Have you ever felt a bit lost navigating your snake collection or breeding plans? Well, I've got the solution just for you. Enter Andre and Patrick from Chimera, experts in the field and the guys you wish you knew sooner. They offer top-notch consulting services tailor-made for the snake enthusiast we are. They will help you meticulously evaluate your collection, giving you an insider's look into optimizing your lineup. And that's not all. They also specialize in drafting breeding plans and long-term project planning that factor into both your current needs and future goals, saving you time and resources in the process. With their expertise, breeding becomes a piece of cake. Cake. But here's the clincher. Andre and Patrick can help develop a business model that's designed to work for you. It's a holistic approach for maximizing your investment and passion in snake keeping. Two words there that I hate: holistic and passion. But they're giving me money, so I'm going to shut the fuck up. So don't wander in the dark. Get in touch with Andre and Patrick at Chimera and let the experts guide you. Remember, this is Snakes and the Fat Man, and we're all about taking the hiss out of handling your snakes. My snake hisses when I handle it. Go visit Patrick and Andre now at chimerareptile.com. Tune in next time for more exciting snake-centric chat. Catch you later, folks. All right, listen to the guy in the Repta chair. Don't be a Repta bitch. You all thought I was going to come back and be nice, right? Well, suck my balls. ReptaChip is the original. ReptaChip is veteran-owned. ReptaChip gives back to the reptile community. Trust me, I fucking know. Will your reptile be happier on ReptaChip? Who knows? They can't talk, man. But reptiles just look happier on ReptaChip. That's right, I said it. Go out and get yourself a bag, a brick, or a bigger bag of ReptaChip right now at reptachip.com. Hey guys, it's been a minute. I'm still going through some shit, but if I'm well enough to crawl, I'm well enough to do this fucking show. I want to say that I literally can't thank everybody enough for all their donations and well wishes as I'm going through this. I'm trying to just roll through this with a little bit of class, and I just want to say thank you to everyone. Really, I'm humbled by it. You guys actually blew me away, and you know how I always say there's only 20% of the reptile hobby that are made up of good people. Well, I may have to raise that number to about 40% because you guys have been fucking amazing with all of your donations and DMs and gifts in the mail and people just getting in touch with me that I didn't even know, telling me their stories and encouraging me to get through all this shit. So I just wanted to say again, with a little class and a little humility, thank you. I mean, thank you very much, guys. The second thing that I wanted to talk about is how did this happen? I got a lot of you asking me this, and I figured let me just tell the story on here. A lot of you guys know that I've had problems with my legs for the last 6 years or so. The thing that you didn't know is that I was literally in pain every fucking day. Now, when I say pain, I don't mean, oh, my ankle is tight kind of pain. I mean, shooting, exhausting pain up my legs to the point where I couldn't even walk 100 feet without taking a 10-minute break. And that was actually a good result after the 7 surgeries that I went through in the last 6 years. Airports were especially killer for me. So if you saw me at an out of state show in the last 6 years, you know that I really wanted to be there because the pain was just insane that I had to go through just to get there. Now, I'm not saying that because I want anybody to feel sorry for me. I'm not the feel sorry for him type of guy. I just want to explain the lead up to this whole losing a leg thing. This constant pain was the reason that I stopped breathing. I mean, you can't be standing up all day cleaning tubs with your leg fucking killing you. It was the reason that I stopped playing music. Can't be one of those homo full-time acoustic guitar players that sit down for the whole show, right? It stopped me from moving because I was always worried if there would be a good vascular surgeon in Tennessee or Texas or Florida in case anything went wrong with the leg. It even stopped me from going to all the big shows because I didn't want to look like the old guy hobbling around in pain the whole show. So the main reason for all the pain was I have clotting problems in my legs where blood clots very easily. Like I said, I had 7 operations over the last 6 years to try and stop it by putting stents and bypasses in my legs and all that other fun stuff. And even though after the operations I was still in pain every day, it was manageable for everyday living. On the Retic Fest trip, what had happened was the bypass in my left leg had closed up and failed, and it was preventing any blood flow from going to my left leg. So the pain was just fucking horrible. I knew in the back of my head that something was wrong. And when I got back from West Virginia, I made the doctor's appointment immediately. And I pretty much knew what was going to happen from that point on. So the choice was either cut off the leg and get rid of the pain, or keep the pain, and eventually the blood clots would form to a point where I would just basically have a heart attack and drop dead in the next couple months. It wasn't really a hard decision because I had thought about this over the last 6 years. So mentally, I thought I had figured out all the consequences. And when I went into the doctor's office, I immediately said, listen, I think we're going to have to cut it off this time. And I'm okay with that. So the decision was pretty much easy, but actually dealing with it after it happened, not so much. There were 100 things that I didn't think of. I didn't think of the pain that I was going to have to go through after the operation. I didn't think of the toll it was going to take on my family watching me go through this. I mean, I didn't think of any of that. And that part sucks. I mean, that part still fucking sucks. But this whole process of cutting off the leg was a gamble. And I knew that going into it. And I'm a gambler, so I took the shot. And for a while in my head, I just thought, man, you just traded one type of pain for another type of pain. But at least I know that the pain that I'm going through now is at least temporary. At least I hope. So the way I'm dealing with it is I allow myself 15 minutes every morning to whine and cry and complain about this. And after that 15 minutes is up, I just say, listen, you fat fuck, you got to get up, you got to work, you got to do whatever you can to move forward. And that decision was made in no small part because of you guys. The amount of strangers that DM'd me, the amount of friends that called me, was pretty much one of the most overwhelming things that I ever been through in my entire life. The amount of friends that called me and strangers that DM'd me offering support and encouragement through all this shit. I know it sounds gay. I know it sounds gay, but it was probably the most overwhelming thing that I've ever been through in my entire life. And made me think, man, this community actually is a good community to be a part of. All of you people have been fucking incredible. And if I have to crawl to this fucking desk twice a month to do this show, I'm going to do it. Thanks again, guys. Hey, let's head on down to Texas, find out what's going on with the old Herps crew. In, let's see, in October, on the 21st and the 22nd, they're going to be in Waco, Texas, Branch Davidian headquarters. They're going to be in Lake Charles, Louisiana, on November 4th and 5th. They're going to be in West Monroe, Louisiana, on November 18th and 19th. I think that's a new venue. Then they're heading down to Austin, Texas on December 2nd and 3rd. They're going to be back in Louisiana at Slidell on December 9th and 10th. They're going to be in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, January 13th and 14th. There's a big gap there. I guess everybody's going on vacation. Then they're going to be in Longview, Texas on January 20th and the 21st. That's 2024, by the way. And then the big show in Conroe, January 27th and 28th. Jesus, look, I mean, they're still killing it. I mean, they've been doing this for years now. And fucking Sean and Lori are still killing it. If you have any questions for them, go to herpshow.net. Really, you won't be sorry if you go to fucking one of these shows. Actually, I think you should go to multiple shows. All right, let's just talk about Redline shipping for a minute, okay? It's the reddest of the lines. When you think about lines, they can't get any more red than Redline. I haven't checked the numbers yet, but I think that when I was in the hospital getting my fucking leg chopped off, Redline became the most popular shipping company in the United States, the most popular reptile shipping company. Maybe they didn't. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure they did. And why wouldn't they? They have the best and easiest website to use on the fucking market. They have insane customer service, and they just make sure that your shit gets to where it's supposed to get to, period. Use the code word Robin60 to get 60% off your first 2 shipments with Redline. And when you're done with that, use the code Fatman5 to get 5% off any other shipments that you're doing with Redline. Robin sent me a Redline sneaker when I was in recovery. 1 sneaker. I can't wait to see him at one of the shows in 2024 because I know exactly where I'm going to put that sneaker, you dirty motherfucker. Join Team Redline today and be better off red. Now, in the past 2 months, I've had a ton of time to think. And one of the things that I've thought about is, how do I evolve this show? And it's something that I think the myriad of fucking other podcasters that have shown up in this space in the last year or so should think about too. Now, let's just compare the reptile podcast end of things to the breeder end of things. You breeders have got to know that we've reached an inflection point on, let's say, Desert Ghost Clowns, right? Everybody and their mother are now shilling Desert Ghost Clowns. How many of these do we need? And everybody you talk to is like, I got double recessives in the incubator, Desert Ghost Clowns. Listen, if everything is special, then nothing is special, okay? So now what it's forcing the breeders to do is to do exactly what Justin and Ozzy have been doing for years, is to think 5-10 years down the line about what combos go good with Desert Ghost Clowns, because pretty much every fucking snake you buy is going to be a Desert Ghost Clown in the next fucking 2 or 3 years. You can't just waste time throwing shit against the wall hoping that shit'll look good after you wasted 2 to 3 years on a fucking project. And it's the same thing with these reptile podcasts, right? Right now, it just seems that everyone is fighting over the same 300 views. When Justin or Ozzy or Miguel did a show 3 years ago, 5 years ago, it used to be a fucking event. And those shows were guaranteed 2,500 to 5,000 or 7,000 views. And I'm not even counting the audio on that. It used to be a big deal when they were on your show. Like I said, it used to be a fucking event. And now all of these big guys are doing these shitty, rinky-dink 300 views per show podcasts, and the podcasts are still getting 300 views, maybe a bump to 400 views if it's Justin or us. What good does that do for them? What good does that do for you if you're having a guy like Justin on, if you're having a guy like Miguel on, and you're still only getting 300 views? Maybe the problem isn't with your guests. Now, I don't know the answer to any of this, okay? But I do know that the answer is not to bring on the same people over and over again, hoping that you're gonna bust that 300 view fucking threshold. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I forgot to mention that I was high on Dilaudid every time I was laying there like Lieutenant Dan thinking about this shit. But I think I'm onto something here. Anyway, there's going to be drastic changes coming to this show in 2024. And I hope you guys stick with me. Say goodbye to spreadsheets. Say hello to Clutch. Hello, Clutch. This killer cloud-based web management software lets you organize your ball python collection in a way that you never thought possible. And since Canova is the Apple of ball pythons, you know it's going to work right out of the box. Get on over to clutch.io, that's CLTCH.io, and discover the power of your collection. Again, I really hate that line.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Snakes and the Fatman proudly brings to you its new breeder segment, 15 Minutes of Lame!
Hey guys, it's Justin at Canova. So in the past few years, Canova's become the top source for amazing ball pythons. Now Chris tells me, Justin, it's time to give back. So we're sponsoring the 15 Minutes of Lame to support the new and upcoming breeders. So jump in here. Let's hear your ideas. Let's hear your thoughts. Maybe you can turn your 15 minutes of lame into 20 years of lame, just like I did. If you want to be the man, you got to beat the man. So bring it.
15 Minutes of Lame!
What's up, everybody? Look who I have here. I have Matt O'Malley from O'Malley Morphs. I mean, this dude is Irish as fuck. What's up, Matt?
What's up, buddy?
Oh my God, fucking! So you're in Tennessee, right?
Yeah, in Knoxville, Eastern Tennessee.
You're right in Knoxville, where all the Shane fucking Kellys are, the Brian Carters are, fucking.
Dude, there's such a high, like in the South, in like just in the, hell, just in Eastern Tennessee, man. There's just a plethora of people breeding snakes out here, man. It's
Yeah, I
crazy,
noticed that when I went to that show,
dude. There's
that
so
Jared
many.
did.
And it's cool. Some people do boas. I got a buddy, Jeff, who was trying to do Angolans for a little while. I mean, but everybody still, while they do all this other stuff, they still, everybody breeds ball pythons and stuff, which, it's whatever they want to do. But yeah, there's so many, bro.
Right. Well, and then, you're all good old boys down there. You're all fucking just nice dudes, man.
Yeah, we
Fucking,
kind of take care of each other. That's for sure.
yeah, definitely. So
Shane and Brian and Eddie Humphrey, all the guys down here. There's been times where I needed a shipping box and be like, hey man, you got a box? And then while I'm there, hell, Brian Carter helped me out printing off a fucking label. I mean, I could have done it at the crib, you know what I mean? But
right.
That's just the type of people we are, man.
Yeah, no, good people and hot women there. So fucking,
there's some beautiful women in Appalachia, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's a pretty good thing. All right, so you know how this works.
Yeah.
You got 15 minutes on the clock, and we're gonna start that now. Now, right off the bat, normally I would ask, why should people buy from you? But I already know the answer to that, because people should buy from you because you don't do ball pythons. All right. So what do you do?
I do mainly out of the 3 species of short tails, I do blood pythons and Sumatrans, which, the Sumatrans have that really nice orange head, and there's so much variety in that. And, that kind of took me over when I first got my first couple orange heads and became friends with, a decent breeder of them, and ended up with his adults when he got out. So
Because you used to do ball pythons.
I did. That's actually where I started. Yeah, I started with ball pythons. They were easily accessible, and I needed something to like fill my time. I think I had a small little problem for a couple of years with pharmaceuticals and shit, and that really breeding animals, mainly snakes, because that's just where my heart's always been. That kind of like gave my hands something to do when I had like a year and a half, 2 years off pharmaceuticals and everything.
Okay.
So it was cool, man. It kind of gave me something to do. And again, they were easily accessible. There's so many people around here that were doing it,
Well,
So
the pharmaceuticals or the ball pythons?
both of them. That's East Tennessee, man. The ball python. Sorry, I trailed off. But yeah, I got a couple from, to be honest, fucking Craigslist. I met one of the best dudes I know off Craigslist.
Right.
Back in the day. But yeah, I just wanted to do something that I wanted to do. It always felt like I was chasing something. And that kind of completely derailed from the whole reason I started doing it in the first place.
Right, with the ball pythons.
With the ball pythons,
Yeah. That's what a lot of people are still doing, right? So,
everybody's got what they want to do down. If not they learn. But yeah, it really felt like, I invested all kinds of money into the hurricane project, and then that shit went completely fucking south. That was not that it went south. There's some beautiful animals out there, but just I don't know. I lost fucking interest in it, man.
right.
Just to be honest with you.
Well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna skip right over that ball python shit. We're not even gonna discuss that, right? So we're gonna how long have you been doing bloods and short tails?
Oh, I think this is my 4th or 5th year raising them up and keeping them, but I've only 3 years now I've been producing them. Last year breeding season completely went to shit, and my baby girl actually slugged out. I think it was like something stupid like 21 slugs.
Okay.
But I think the whole reason, to be honest with you, these animals are they don't stay as hot as ball pythons.
Right.
They want to be right around their hot spot, for digestion. And personally, I don't feel like it should be over 86.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what works for me in the room I have, and that's that. But yeah, man.
Well, how much money have you dumped into the blood python game?
Oh man, I'm not
how
gonna
much money have you gotten back so far?
I've been blessed with, meeting some really good people that have taken care of me. You know what I mean? So I don't know, number wise, dude, shit, I'd have to go around the room and count, and that would probably lead me to a long depression. So I don't know.
What would you say, 50 grand?
Probably not. Well, fuck. Including like racks and
Yeah, you'd say
everything.
50 grand. Yeah.
Oh, bro, yeah. I've got. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I thought we were talking about just snakes, but yeah, racks and everything, and like, because I breed my own rats too. So
Right.
that's 2-3 hours a week. I have to. It's time, and at this time, where I'm at, dude. To be honest with you, at my age, I'm not trying to sound like I'm some fucking old man, but time is money, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. Well,
And
and what do you think you've made back in the last 3 years?
we've done well.
Would you say
Yeah.
you made back to 50?
Uh, Probably not completely, no, but I mean, I'm not trying to race and do, the thing is when you have, like in carpet pythons, they follow that lineage.
Right.
When you can prove out the lineage and you're saying this animal was produced by this person, by this animal, blood python heads are going to know that fucking animal. Like this male in here, dude, there's like people that knew that this son of a bitch was coming here the day after I knew it was coming here,
Right. Right.
So, I mean, it's like, it's just such a small community of people that talk and know each other. I've been very well taken care of by, my peers and mentors in that
Well, you
regard.
got Brittany Gobble out there who also does blood pythons, right?
Man, she's killing it, dude. Yeah, I think she just had her first clutch, and it was like a fucking insane
Yeah.
clutch, dude.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah,
$300,000 clutch. It's like, come on. All right.
bro. I mean, but that's that slackline shit. I'm telling you. I mean, hell, I got one from Tracy a couple years ago, and me and Tracy are cool, and so I was talking to her the other day, and I was like, yo, I really feel like, because my homeboy has one from this clutch too. And so it was like, he's sending me pictures of his and I'm sending him pictures of mine. And so it just looks like it has this, hypo look to it. And so I was on the phone with Tracy and I was like, yo, so like this slackline male you sent me, she knows the animal, I was like, this thing looks kind of hypo, and yeah, dude, it's a hypo slackline, dude. So I mean, that slackline shit is crazy, and that was Brittany's first clutch, dude. She
Right.
killed it.
Right.
She absolutely slayed that clutch.
Yeah. Brittany just has a habit of falling ass backwards into money. Like she really just has it going on.
She's got that vibe though, you know what I mean? I mean, like, to be honest with you, I mean, I think good things happen to good people, you know. She's
Yeah.
always been top notch with me, bro. So
Oh,
you'll
yeah.
not
Yeah, she's probably one of my best friends in the hobby. So she's
yeah.
she's fucking killing it. Now, you do shows also, right?
I have never done a show, no.
Oh no, you haven't. I thought you have. All right.
No, I've got all the shit. I'm just so fucking, it's, man, I don't know. I just haven't ever done it. I've got, display cases and I don't know. Yeah, I never have, man.
Do you want to or no?
The thing that sucks is that some of these animals, when you sell them as babies, aren't the fucking animals that you like. They're not ball pythons, bro. So you
Right.
can't go to a show and be like, yo, let me see this animal. And then this snake you're about to pull out is, number one, scared as fuck.
Right.
And so they're just way more reactive. They're not more defensive or anything like that. They're just a way more reactive animal to what the fuck is going on.
Right.
So, I mean, and that's my point where it's like, I would just rather sit back in the fucking shadows and, people that know. And,
Right.
I don't have a morph market, never had a fucking morph market.
Mm.
I tattoo for a living, so I'm used to selling myself. So I can sell these fucking snakes if I can sell myself. You
Right.
know what I mean?
I gotcha. Yeah,
So,
I had some blood pythons back in 2000, 2001.
oh yeah,
I mean, they were all
probably
wild caughts back then, and
that
you
shit's
try to
crazy.
get bit fucking 20 times a day if you tried to handle them.
Yeah. I
Like,
mean, but that's it. But it's changed so much since then because that's inherently been bred out of them. You
Right.
know what I mean? Granted, these animals aren't wild caught animals, but I think whenever you build like a rapport with an animal, technically, like, you don't even have to pick it up every day. Just if the light has if you have the room on like a time light thing, you know what I mean?
Right.
That builds some form of relationship with that animal, you know. they feel your vibration and shit. I mean, you know.
Yeah, it's a lot more work than a ball python, but the payoff is also a lot more, right?
Well, for me, they're just a bigger snake. You know, I mean, they're just impressive, man. You know, I mean, but it's not for everybody. You
Right.
know,
Right.
um, they're they take a lot more to house and do it properly
Right.
because they require lower heat but high humidity.
Right. You can't just throw them in a rack and fucking hope for the best, right?
Not with like two other snakes, you know what I mean? Like, you know, you have to have like a rack dedicated to these animals, bro. I mean, or something, you know. I know a lot of people that have, you know, bio sets up and stuff with them and shit, and like, because they urinate so much.
Yeah, yeah. I remember
You know?
that. They shit what like once every 2 months, but they
I
fucking
mean, bro, I know some of these fucking people that have snakes, bro. Swear to God, had shit in a year and a half.
yeah.
And then this fucking thing shits and it looks like it's lost 30 pounds.
Right, right.
You know? Like, holy shit, man.
All right, well, let's talk some sponsors real quick. Listen, do you use Reptichip with them?
I used to, but the you know, it's a good product. But I mean, the only thing that gets me is they like to bury under shit. And I'm not about to reach into some Reptichip to grab these fucking things.
Right. Well, JT understands, but JT still gives you a big old fuck you.
Yeah.
Do you have any sea serpents racks in your fucking collection?
Uh, I think one of these is a sea serpent's rack. Yeah, yeah.
All right.
I,
Well,
I don't know which one, but there's some melamine racks in here and PVC racks. I'd have to look, but I think this one might be actually.
all right. Well, Chris Nettles does not give you a big old fuck you. Okay. Do you have a focus cubed habitat cage in your house?
No.
Yeah. Stephen and Ashley give you a big old fuck you.
Okay. Correct.
Now, I'm not even going to ask because I know that Justin is giving you a big fuck you on never buying from Canova and not using clutch, right? Double fuck yous for fucking Canova and Justin.
Oh, Georgia hates me.
Have you ever been to a Herps reptile show?
Yes.
Yeah, now you're getting it. All right. All right.
Good. Good. My fuck yous are weighing out now.
Sean and Lori do not give you a fuck you.
Sweet.
When you ship, do you use Redline shipping?
Actually, that dude reached out to me and was like super cool about the bloods and shit. So yeah, that's a selling point for me. But up until now, like I'm saying, bro, I haven't shipped anything in probably, you know, months. But if I do again, I'm opening an account with Redline. Yeah,
Okay.
that dude's cool as shit.
Make sure you use the code FATMAN5, right?
Okay, cool.
5% off. And then if you use the code Robin60, you'll get 60% off your first 2 shipments. All right.
Oh, word.
Now, are you just blood pythons or just short tail pythons? Do you do
Yeah.
geckos?
No. My son had a couple at one point, but yeah, we got rid of them, unfortunately.
Well, has your son ever bought a gecko from Geeky Gecko Creations?
No, man.
Oh, man. You and
Yeah,
your son get a
that's
fucking
harsh.
from Geeky Gecko Creations.
That's
Oh,
harsh.
Jesus. Now, is there anything that you want to say to people out there who are just getting into bloods?
Just make smart decisions, man, on who you get it from. That's really it. Do your homework. You know, check out the internet and Instagram and Facebook is a great place to. I mean, as crazy as this sounds, I'm not in any way promoting, you know, social media, but I'm saying like make sure you know who it comes from. I
Oh,
mean,
it doesn't matter because your time is up. Okay.
oh, shit.
But how could people get in touch with you if they want to?
Instagram or Facebook. It's all on O'Malley's Morphs.
Okay. And you don't do YouTube or TikTok or anything like that? You
I
do.
have a YouTube channel from when COVID was going on, man, that I did, but after that I just kind of gave up on it. But there's some videos on there, yeah.
Yeah, I was on it today. All right, Matt, thank you so much for taking the fucking time to do this. I appreciate
Thank you,
it,
dude.
man.
Yeah, bro.
I'm glad you got to come on, and I'm glad I'm able to spend some time with another Tennessee guy that I fucking like. So
Yeah, let's do it, man. You know,
thank you
I'm
again.
yeah, brother.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you in a little bit.
All right, sounds good.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Snakes and the Batman proudly brings to you its new breeder segment, 15 Minutes of Life!
Listen, guys, Stewart Design doesn't just create logos, they build brands. What do I mean by this? Well, your brand has both a verbal and visual side. Think of this as your brand message and brand image. Your brand message is what initially draws clients to you and continually generates new business. After that, the quality of your product and service keeps them coming back and retains them. Without effective messaging, you're only going to be connecting with a small percentage of the clients you could be connecting with. Your brand message helps you clearly define who you are, how are you different from your competitors, what value you offer to your clients, and why potential clients should choose you over others. For this reason, Stewart Design always starts branding projects by developing your brand's message first. Creating a logo without understanding why and how it needs to look is only going to hold your company back and should be considered fucking malpractice. Stewart Design starts by clarifying your goals, audience, and industry. Then they form your messaging. After that, they strategically determine what colors, styles, and fonts make the most sense to use. And then finally, how the logo needs to look and function. You see, the visual identity of a company should be a natural result of proper strategy. Because the question really shouldn't be, do I like this? It should be, will this work? Stewart Design figures out what will actually work and provides you with a true investment to grow your business. When done right, it should attract the right people and it should reflect your business properly. It should make your company more memorable and it should build trust and credibility with your clients. On the other hand, if it's done poorly, it could do the exact opposite. It could make you look amateur and can actually deter your business. Don't settle for a fucking idiot that simply offers you a cheap logo. Build your brand the right way. Bring out your best so you could get it right from the start and finally move out of your mother's fucking basement, crush it at Tinley, Pomona, or Arlington, and build a life for yourself doing what you love. Contact Stewart Design today. You could reach them at stewartdesignbrands.com. Again, that's stewartdesignbrands.com. So I got the chance to reconnect with Ken Masick of Ken Masick Reptiles recently. And honestly, I forgot how much fun the guy is to hang out with. Kenny and I had a falling out a few years back. And honestly, going through this leg shit kind of makes you realize that life is too short to hold fucking grudges, especially a fucking dumb ball python grudge from 5 fucking years ago. And honestly, I mean, Kenny is just really one of the good fucking OG guys that are still around making shit happen. Here's my one-on-one with my man, Kenny Masick from Ken Masick Reptiles. All right, everybody, first show back. I figured I'd bring on my old friend, fucking Kenny Masick. Fucking now, listen, Kenny, we knew each other a long time, right?
Yeah, man. Long time. We're old.
All right, so my first question is basically, how in the fuck did I lose my leg and have a stroke, yet you are smoking 3 packs a fucking day, you're going down to Starbucks 8 times a day to get your cafe lattes, and fucking you're just a fat fuck. How did all of this happen to me first?
Well, first of all, I knew this was fucking coming. So here, First of all, it's an iced doppio and not a latte, okay? Second of all, I agree I'm a fucking fat. And 3, I smoked 2 packs a day, not 3.
Jesus fucking Christ, man. God, that irritates me. I remember going in to when they were going to chop off the leg, and I'm like, how is this not Kenny? How is this not me fucking visiting Kenny in the fucking hospital?
Well, it's good. You know, I mean, I have enough fucking problems, bro.
Yeah, that fucking bothers me a lot. Fucking good genetics, man. Yeah, I was adopted, so I was like, fucking, you go down to the pound and you just fucking get a dog. You don't know its history or anything like that, and just buy
we got told if your dad was really your dad, you'd be.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, I'd be way up here, fucking. But obviously, my real dad's fucking genetics were shit. They're like the Danny DeVito twins, fucking. But you've still been you've been kicking it, and you've been selling fucking snakes for how many
15
years now? 15.
I've been doing it 30, but 15 years professionally, where I quit my job tattooing after doing that 30 years, and just solely doing snakes for the last 15, and doing great. I've been super blessed with a lot of great customers and been fortunate, you know, and I just really like my lifestyle. It's, you know, it's a lot, you know, wake up when you want, live like a freaking rock star, you know, I love it, you know.
Yeah, you bought a boat.
Yeah, I got a nice little boat that we're catching sharks with all the time and going out there. It's a good time.
Fucking A, man. And for the last 2 years or 3 years, have you been worried about it? Because right now, I mean, everybody's basically gotten what they want to get, right? And now it's their time to fucking make things for themselves. So do you have a huge problem with customers becoming future competitors?
No, because I always try to look at the industry like a treadmill. And if you stand still, people are going to catch up to you, and you're gonna fly off the fucking thing. You know, if you stop running. So I never stop running. I keep trying to think ahead and be that little extra step up that they might need to speed up time for their project. So I'm trying to always make something where they're going to need it to skip a couple of years, and that keeps me relevant. You know,
it's pretty funny the fat guy making a treadmill reference. I don't think you've ever been on a real treadmill in your life, okay? But
a lifter.
So, and you've been getting your hands on new genes pretty much forever, like even from back when we were doing it. You got your hands on the scale. It's relatively early, you know. Yeah. I mean, it turned out to be shit, but you got your hands on it, you know.
But I made some good money off it too, so I shouldn't complain, you know.
Right. Who else would you consider be, you know, the older guys?
There's a lot. I mean, you still got Tracy Barker. She's quiet, but she's the original OGs. You got Snake Keepers. You got Bob Clark. You got Jay from Pure Story. I mean, there's tons. You know, there's tons of old school people still around doing stuff.
Right.
You know?
But there's tons of old school people that have kind of moved on. Like, I mean, I don't think Tracy Barker is importing the next greatest ball python.
No. They're just working the old genes. You know. Yeah. I'm trying to stay a little more cutting edge. You know. With the current day. You know.
Right. And who among the old people are not around anymore, and you were just fucking happy as fuck? Right. You're like, thank fucking God, I knew this guy wouldn't last.
Oh yeah, I didn't want to start that wars. Anyways, brother, I'm a very quiet guy with that kind of stuff unless I'm on the phone with you. Publicly, I stay pretty cool, man.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, who are some of the old school guys that you're still friends with and you still work with?
You know, I'm still friends with Art. You know, he's old school. He's been doing it forever too. Dale Porce, you know, he's cool. He's been around for a while too. I don't know. You know, you're talking about people I talk to, right? Or
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, I still talk to Bob here and there, Clark. You know, pretty much any of those old guys. If I see them, I'll say hi. I don't call them on the phone every day. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like all these people, but it's more of the new school people I'm more talking to. You know, the new wave, the current. But they're friends with all the old guys. Like I can call them up and boom. You know what I mean?
Do you vend anymore or no?
No, I quit that for probably 5 years.
Yeah, fucking. The last time I saw you, you were vending at Daytona.
Yeah, I try to just do everything here and keep all my animals safe here. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with shows. I just don't personally like to expose to anything. I like to keep it closed up, you know?
Right.
And I just like how that is. And a lot of my customers love it too because they just grab it and throw it in their cage. I'm not saying it's what you should do, but I got people that are so, well, you've done that before too. You bought adults from me and bred them right away. Remember back in the day?
Yep.
But
Yeah, there was no NIDO testing and shit back in the day. It was like fucking,
right.
You get the snake, you pop it in, and you fucking breed it right away.
Right, but you didn't do that with just anybody. Shit, though. You trusted me.
No.
You've been to my place and you've seen it. You came to my place, you know? So I got a lot of customers like that know me so well and that I don't just bring things in. I don't flip animals. I just produce it in-house. That's it. And keep everything tight. So they'll buy animals, throw right in, you know? And I keep it that way so my customers always feel comfortable. And I do a good enough living just doing that. I don't need to go out of the way. I don't go out of the way to try to buy stuff and make extra money and all that headache, you know. I like my product and then I can stand behind it, you know.
Right. Okay. Well,
simple.
And also, I just want to tell stories from kind of way back when now because, I recently lost a leg and I just like being nostalgic now, right? So I'm in that phase where I'm like, fucking, yeah, it was a great time. But some of it was a shit time and I'm just romanticizing it, you know?
Yeah.
Now, there was a point in time where we weren't talking, but there was also a point in time where we were just, what the fuck was that? Where we were just making fun of each other all the time, like publicly. You were tearing apart the rain gene, and I was tearing apart the extreme gene, and that was like big shit back in the day.
You know what that was fun? You know why we did that?
Why?
Because we were fucking miserable. We had so many rains and so many extremes coming out our ass. We didn't know what to fucking do.
Yeah, we're just like, and we were like,
we're like,
Ken would make a meme like, oh, it's a rainy day forecast for tomorrow. Oh, turns out it was just a regular normal day, and fucking, and it did nothing. And then fucking we would do, looks like tomorrow's gonna be extreme, and then we're gonna do a thing tomorrow, and we're like, yeah, it turns out it was just nothing, right? So fucking, your extreme gene kind of took a ramp over the rain gene for a little bit.
It's still, people are working it now still. I mean,
we're still working the extreme gene. I just saw a Barcheck video where he was working the extreme gene.
There's a lot of people actually working the extreme now, actually.
Right. Yeah. So how does that make you feel? That something Ken Masick did.
Well, that's cool. But I'm working on the extremist and my KMR stuff now, so that's my focus. The extremist, been doing it so long that my new interest is now the extremist and the KMR stuff. So
right now, the extremist gene came out of the extreme gene.
It came out of the wild type animal that all three genes came out of the same one. It was an animal that had three things going on. That's what took me so long to try to figure out what the hell was going on, because every time I make something, I was getting bombarded by other things throwing me off track. So I think I'm finally, after 1,000 years, starting to separate it better. But it was a frustrating task to have a new thing with three genes.
Right. And how did you figure that out?
Just years and years and years, man. And just seeing now things duplicate, and then this happens, and then I started to actually realize that there was three things. Once I learned there was three things, I knew what to look for now. So, I mean, before when I didn't, I was like, what is this? What is this? What? I don't get it. It was pure chaos. To the point where I hated it almost, and now I'm falling in love with it again. And but now it's with the extremists and the tri-stripe thing my line in. So now it's cool because I'm actually getting hungry to work it now. But for a while, I just didn't even want to. I was done with it, you know.
Right. Well, now, like, so if you saw a snake with just one of those 3 genes that are in the extreme gene, is that snake considered an extreme gene?
Well, if it's a visual extreme, but has markers for these other things, then they're pets. You know what I mean? Like anything.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's some recessive stuff in the extreme gene.
Yeah, the KMR tri-stripe thing is, yeah.
Okay. All right. And KMR, I mean, really, I mean, come on. You couldn't be more.
What am I supposed to do?
Dude, you're creative. You're a musician. Like, fucking, how do you not? You're like, I'm just going to name this the Ken Masick gene. You're like, oh, fuck, man.
Ken Masick Reptile tri-stripe. All right, I'll call it the Chris stripe.
Don't even mention me. I don't want to even be mentioned in your shit, all right? So fucking the you've been working with you're frozen right now. Well, okay. Well, this is a pleasant first show. We'll be right back. All right, you're back now.
Oh, fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I want to say that I'm honored that your first show back and you picked me. We've been friends a long time. You know, I've always loved your ass, and you had me on in your early days, and you really ramped up my name, and you mentioned me a lot in your early days. So it's really cool that your first show back that you brought me in. You know, so it's cool.
No, I definitely want to have you back. I mean, it was. I wasn't even going to come back for the rest of the year, to be honest with you.
Well, I'm glad you did, brother, because you know what? It's nice, you know.
Well, you don't listen anyway now, so fuck it. I mean, you didn't even know this was going to be on video. You were just like, oh, is this still audio?
I knew this was fucking coming. Okay, I knew it was video. I had a brain fart when I said it, and then I said, oh my God, he's going to use this against me. And boom. Yep.
Right away.
I want to stay around Chris.
Yeah, no, but when I was thinking about who to have back, I was just like, I could have Danny, I could have Donato, but I was like, I had them on just recently, and I was like, let me have Kenny on because we have probably like a 10-year history, I think now, right?
Oh yeah, at least.
Yeah, I met you in Daytona, I think in probably 2013, maybe.
Well, I moved to Florida. I've been here 10 years now, and that's when I met you. So it's about exactly 10 years, yeah.
Right. Yeah, and you were vending at Daytona because you made those custom display cages.
Yep.
You know, for the other animals. So, do you go to Daytona now or no?
Ever since the COVID thing, I just kind of stayed away from things. But I want to go back to shows again eventually, you know.
Yeah, I'm going to go back next year. I mean, I wanted to go this year, and I would have if I didn't have the leg thing. But it's definitely something I'm planning on for next year. Even if it's hot as fuck, you know. Right.
But definitely, I'll have to go up there and hang out, you know.
Yeah, you definitely come down and hang out because fucking it's been a long time since I've been to Daytona. I haven't been there for about 3 or 4 years, and I don't miss the show. Believe me, the show is just bullshit. I miss the hangout afterwards.
Right, the ocean and the sand.
Yeah, exactly. Hanging out on the boardwalk and everything.
Remember that time we were walking through the sand together on those beaches, and you're like, "Slow down."
Let me tell you, we're walking through the sand, and well, that goes back to the leg being a problem, right? So
yeah.
Fucking and we at the time we didn't know that I had no blood flow to the leg, right?
No.
So we're walking on the sand with Rieger, I think.
Yeah.
And fucking these guys are just motoring through the sand like fucking rattlesnakes, like fucking. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm wearing boots, okay? And I'm fucking on the fucking beach. I didn't expect to be able to walk in the beach like we're all in a fucking romantic three-way. I was expecting to be walking on concrete, you know?
Dude, it was funny, though, because you're like, too bad. Slow down. Too hot.
Yeah, it's 108 degrees. We're walking on a fucking beach like retards, right? And there was concrete 20 feet away from us. Like, why were we not walking on the concrete?
We were trying to get to the water, bro.
Yeah, they're trying to get to the water with my fucking biker boots on and jeans. I'll throw up a picture, you know, because that was fucking painful.
It was. I remember like it was yesterday, bro.
Seriously. Well, do you still talk to Rieger?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He's around doing his shit still?
No, the poor guy, man. His house burned down recently, and he lost it all. He's homeless, and he's going through hard times, man. So I'm trying to help him out a little bit. I tried to sell a few animals for him, and he's trying to put his life back together. It's really rough.
Well, he was supposed to move down by you, right?
He thought about it for a little while, and then he stayed there, and he was working a motorcycle garage / auto mechanic shop.
Right.
He was working that with a guy, partners, and then and doing the snakes too. And then the house burned down, and now he's just doing the automotive stuff. But he's just trying to get a place to live now.
Dude, I remember him getting chicks that were so far above his pay grade. Like fucking, I'm like, how the fuck did this happen? Like, and he did it like 4 or 5 times, you know? Like, everybody has a friend where you're like, man, this dude is ugly, but he's dating a really hot chick. But Rieger would just date hot chick after hot chick after fucking hot chick. And you're just like, what? This guy is 24. He looks 61. Like fucking, how the fuck does this guy keep getting all these hot chicks?
Snake money.
Snake money. That was it, right? Because that house burnt down, and now he's fucking dating ugly chicks, right?
Well, I just know if he gets back on his feet, you know, I love him too, like a brother, you know?
Yeah, no, I hope he gets back.
It's rough, you know? I have a lot of friends that are going through hard times. You, Rieger, this guy, that guy. It's been crazy. My other friend I found out yesterday, he's got stage 4 cancer, and he's unconscious right now, ready to die. And it's just one thing after another.
Yeah, I bet it kind of makes you think, huh? Like, what the fuck?
Life's too short.
Apparently, Ken Masick is the chosen one.
Oh, God.
By Jesus, because everybody's fucking dropping dead and losing limbs and losing houses around Ken Masick. Yet Ken Masick is like, hey, I'm cool. You want an extremist? You want to AMR tri-stripe?
Want to bang?
No, I don't want to bang. That is the dumbest fucking dude. That when I heard of that gene,
oh, I'm dying.
I knew it was related to you in some way. I was like, the bang? Yeah.
No.
Fucking bang that. And then I was talking to the Large March guy. And he's like, I just bought a bang from Ken Masick. And I'm like, I knew it. I fucking knew it. All right. So tell me about this bang bullshit. That you know, by the way, I saw, and it's just, it's like a pastel clown. But go ahead.
Anyways, the bang is its own gene, has a super form, and it's really freaking bright. It's brighter than the high intensity orange dream, I believe. But it's not orange dream, but it has that feel. If I was going to explain to somebody that's never seen one, I would say picture high intensity, but better and cleaner. It takes the sides and wipes out the alien heads with the super and things like that. But it's really intense, bright snake. It's really, really cool. I actually like working a lot, but I didn't make up the name. It was Sterling Nelson that did it. He discovered the gene.
Is the super the gang bang?
It's called the super bang, baby.
The super bang. Yeah, that's what I'm going to use on my next chick. I'm going to be like, you want to go to my place and super bang?
Super bang, babe.
That's a fucking stupid name.
Or Chicago, you know, gang bang, you know.
Yeah, gang bang. Yeah.
Gang bang.
Jesus fucking Christ, what a dumb name. So we're going to talk about other shit, but get the ball python shit over with. Where do you see the business going? Because that's right now it's a lot tougher.
Yes. Okay. So here's what's going on in my head, which obviously I'm not a crystal ball. Otherwise, I'd be rich already. But I have my own concept of what I think will happen. I think there's a big shift in the industry right now. There's going to be a power shift from people getting more powerful with their collection, and then they're going to be uprising with higher nicer stuff. And some people are going to fall apart and get out. So I think there's going to be a big power shift going. And I think right now with the recession and the prices of everything, the price of rodents, bedding, the cost of living, food, just everything in the world right now sucks ass. I mean, I'm just be honest. Everybody's getting pelted, with higher expenses, and I think people are like trying to hone in on the higher end now. And I think it's not so much going to be mass production of low end by like I barely bred this year. I mean, I bred select, and I probably 1/3 of what I normally breed, maybe even less. Like, yeah, probably even less. So I mean, I'm making barely anything this year, but I'm trying to restructure my business to a higher place. And the thing also is I sold 120 adults off that were subpar. I mean, they were good animals, but I wanted to upgrade them from my holdback. So I just really want to get a tight collection now and get ready. So when the economy gets better and things start happening again, I'm in a higher, more powerful spot and position, And so we were talking about the treadmill before. So I'm just trying to run, you know what I mean? And I want to make sure that I'm not left behind. So I'm doing a whole big switch out right now,
Right, right. And well, the thing is now, I think that everybody bought the higher end animals already. And now the problem that they're going to have is they're going to have to be thinking like the Justins and the Hughes and the Aussies about what's going to be big 3 years from now. And I think those are the people that are going to fall out, because you can't buy high-end animals and breed them, because you're just going to get more high-end animals that aren't going to be high-end anymore.
Now, let's be honest. Like, this hypothetically, this guy right here could have better snakes to me, right? Whatever.
Right.
But if he doesn't have a customer base and years and years of hard work of advertising, networking, blah blah blah, just because you have a high-end snake don't mean you're going to make money. It takes much more than that. It takes a lot of connections, a lot of friends, a lot of networking, a lot of good business for a long time. Because face it, who kind of guy out there wants to take 10 grand of his own money and just throw it to somebody that they never heard of with a good reputation?
Yeah, just throw it to Bob.
You know what I mean? Freak it.
Yeah.
So that's what I try to tell everybody. Yeah, you want to get rich doing snakes. You can make good money. You're not going to get rich, but you can have a great life. And I have a great life. I mean, I'm not one of those people that lie and tell people, oh, I'm rich, I'm this and that. I'm living good. I'm happy. I'm blessed. I mean, I'm doing great, and I'm happy as hell. Am I rich? No, but I live very, very comfortable, and I'm happy with what I do for a living. So that's good enough for me, And the bottom line is,
you've gotten all that. You've gotten the contacts and the history and the success, despite your fucking shitty ass logo that fucking people can't even read.
You gotta understand something. 1980s death metal. That's me, man. I can't be a poser where I just change with the times. I'm an old school death metal dude, man. So I gotta be me. I'm always real to everybody. Like I still hike my white socks up high sometimes. Like, so I represent the 80s, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I keep it real, brother. I don't even care.
Holy fuck! Keep it. I can't even talk now because I'm thinking about you and the white socks. Speaking of keeping it real,
it's a gang, bro. It's a gang.
Yeah. No, I know it's a gang.
Our brand's gang.
Please excuse this brief interruption for a word from one of our sponsors. How fucking thrilled am I to have Focus Cubed Habitats joining the Snakes in the Fatman family. They are literally the best display cages that I've ever owned. I was a fan of this husband and wife team of builders from when they were putting out these amazing pieces of fucking art from their garage. Stephen and Ashley have been keeping reptiles for years, and as experienced keepers, they understand how important your animals are in your life. Focus Cubed Habitats provide security and comfort for your animals while maintaining these insane, badass designs that everyone can appreciate. They give you the opportunity to make their home part of your home. You want options? They've got options.
Every focus cubed habitat is custom made to your specs, and you could choose from hundreds of options on their website. Too many options? Ashley and Steven have a huge selection of blog-style articles and complete accessory fact pages on their website to help educate consumers about add-ons that will best fit their individual needs. Listen, at the end of the day, these fucking cages are showpieces. Every cage that Focus builds will be the centerpiece of your reptile room. Hell, they could be the centerpiece of your fucking living room. If you have reptiles that you want to display, look no further than Focus Cubed Habitats. You can follow them on Instagram, Facebook, and even fucking TikTok. Or just go old school and go right to FocusCubedHabitats.com and tell them that the Fatman told you to drop them a line. It doesn't matter what reptile you're feeding. The Reptile Deli has it all. I'm beyond excited to have my old friend Brian Kazmarchak bringing the Reptile Deli to the strip mall that is Snakes and the Fatman. I've watched Brian grow this business from a fucking storage pod to a 25,000 square foot facility in a state where they make it almost impossible for a small business to succeed, let alone grow. Reptile Deli has been producing some of the industry's best feeder rodents for almost 15 years. Their rodents are grown under the best conditions and regularly tested for quality to be sure they're in optimal health before they ship them right to your door. Reptile Deli also has a roach issue. They've spent years raising dubia roaches and have put insane efforts into R&D so that your pet reptiles get the very best. They offer cup dubia roaches, bulk dubia roaches, and wholesale dubia roaches in a variety of sizes. Are you one of those bioactive people? The deli offers simply the best isopods and springtails in the business, with cutting-edge isopod and springtail technology that brings in unbelievable shelf life with biostable microhabitat culture cups. They have an incredible selection of isopods for sale, from rare species all the way down to the common roly-polies, man. Reptile Deli has grown into a cutting-edge feed manufacturer and are distributors of the most advanced reptile products. But don't take my word for it. Take the word of over 800 retail locations across North America that are selling their products. Check them out now at reptiledeli.com.
Speaking of keeping it 80s, you're rocking a Skid Row guitar.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Fucking Dave Savo guitar. And I mean, that's kind of like, for you, that would be pussy metal Skid Row, right? Like,
true, but you'll be proud of me. Lately, I've been playing a lot of different stuff. I'm playing 80s like closer music, whatever you want to call it, glam rock stuff lately. I've been playing classical. I've been on my Taylor. I've been playing all types of music, not just death metal all day long anymore. But I still like my death metal. I've been playing punk. I mean, everything. I'm playing everything. So it's not like I'm stuck like I was when I was younger. It was all straight. You know, I'm doing a lot of more intricate, more fun stuff now.
I remember hanging out on your porch, just smoking cigarettes, right?
A lot.
And you with the acoustic, yeah, we were smoking a lot of cigarettes, yeah, fucking. And we were drinking a little, but you just had an acoustic guitar, and you're like, Chris, just check out what I just learned. And it's like, it's fucking Fuck Your Mother's Pussy Hole by Rigor Mortis, right? And you're like just tuning it to open E, and you're like, chug, chugga, chug, chugga, chug, and I'm fucking dying. You hand me the guitar, I gotta retune that shit up to standard tuning, like fucking, because the strings are fucking flapping on the
right.
Oh my fucking god! Yeah, I think. You remember that fucking shitty hotel you set me up in?
Oh, the Snapchat.
It was like you walk into this hotel, and it should have had chalk mark fucking lines for the fucking people in it. And I get to my room, and it's first of all, it's a motel. It's not a hotel, so it's one floor. Okay, one level. No steps in this entire place. No steps.
Which is good for them.
And I go in the room, and there's a hooker outside, and then a bunch of fucking other dudes hanging out. And I sit down, and I'm like, gonna plug my phone in, right? And the room had one outlet in it, right? And it was probably 13 feet from the bed, right? And I was like, son of a fucking bitch, right? So I'm all night without a charge. Fucking first thing in the morning, I call up Kenny, and I'm like, listen, the room only got one outlet in, and it's 13 feet from the bed. There was no like fucking phone charge stations at this hotel. It wasn't that kind of a hotel, right?
That was 10 years ago too.
Yeah, and it was exactly. And fucking Kenny's like, I'm like, I need an extension cord. Can we go someplace and buy an extension cord? And Kenny's like, you don't need to buy an extension cord. I got it, right?
I got you. I got you.
Yeah, Kenny's like, I got you, man. And he goes, I'll be right there.
50 feet. We're good.
And Kenny comes to the fucking hotel with a fucking 50-foot extension cord, one of the orange extension cords that you gotta fucking unroll for a half an hour. And that's basically the extension cord I used to charge my phone the whole time I was in Tampa. Yeah, that's where you live, right?
I live close to Tampa. I live in Spring Hill.
Okay. Yeah, because someone at the fucking Tampa airport stole my wallet on the way home. Yeah.
So I gave you a long enough cord, so if you wanted to talk to the hooker outside, you can leave it plugged in and walk it out.
You gave me enough fucking length on the fucking extension cord so that I could hit the stripper with it. If I pay a little extra. Yeah. Oh my God. And then on the way home, I was like, I'm going to bump up to first class, right?
Yeah.
But, this was a rough fucking visit. I was in a fucking $8 a night hotel.
Sandpit.
I'm getting sandpit. Fucking couldn't walk in the sand.
And you're recording me too that week.
I remember.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I'm gonna bump up to first class. So I bumped up to first class. Must have left my wallet by the phone. Okay. Somebody took the wallet. But anyway, I get on a plane and I get on first class, and I'm like way happy with myself, right? I'm like, I got this giant seat. I'm like, I was one of the first few people to board, because back then we didn't let everybody else fucking go.
Right.
Ahead of time, because now they're like, crippled people go, anybody with babies go, veterans go, like fucking, and then they allow you. But back then it wasn't like that. Back then it was like, you paid more, you fucking got in first. So
right.
They were like, first class, come on. And I walked in first class, like all proud. I only had a backpack, so I had a carry-on, right? And it was two seats, but I was the only one in the one seat, and I was way happy, right? Then at the last fucking minute, fucking some woman sits next to me, and she's from like Guyana, or
wow.
And she talks real loud, like how they do, I'm
like a New Yorker, like a New Yorker.
Right, exactly. So fucking, she's being loud and obnoxious the whole flight, and I'm like, I paid extra for this shit, right? So the waitress, the stewardess comes down, and fucking the stewardess is handing out bags of like chips and shit, right? And she's like, I'll take those Doritos. I want those corn chips. I want whatever. She's just naming all these fucking, bags of chips. So the stewardess very politely says, ma'am, you can have whatever you like, but this basket is going to feed the whole plane. So you can't take 8 bags of chips. So she goes, come here. And the stewardess fucking bends down. And she goes, you know what we would do to you if I was back home right now? And the stewardess was like, what? And she's like, I'd hold you down while this guy fucked you. Right? And I was just like, whoa.
I remember that. I remember that.
I was like, you're not going to stop the plane because of me. Okay, fucking.
I forgot about that. Yes, that's crazy.
Dude, that was the fucking crazy Florida trip. I was just like,
That's crazy.
like, are you from Florida or from New York? And she's like, I moved to Florida from New York. And I'm like, all right, never mind. And, I was just like, yeah, this is the worst fucking. Yeah, so I paid like fucking something like $600 extra to sit next to this lunatic, you know, who fucking almost got me thrown off the fucking plane. So, all right, I'm looking at all the guitars behind you. Black one, that Explorer looking one. What's that?
This one?
No, yeah, that one. Yeah.
That's a Diamondback.
Okay. Oh, that's the
Diamondback, yeah.
Yeah, Dimebag fucking model. Okay.
Yep.
So that's made by Dean, right?
Yeah, that's a Dean.
Yeah, well, you want to hold on to that because fucking Dean lost its license.
I know, bro. I know.
And that's so insane that fucking he used only Dean, and now other fucking companies are going to be making his shit.
Isn't that crazy?
And they're going to call it official Dimebag guitar, you know?
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah, that's...
Now, the Washburns are really expensive for the Dimebag Washburns.
Right. Well, didn't Washburn own Dean for a while?
Yeah. And so the ones that were made in his model are like $3-4 grand, sometimes $6 grand.
Right. Well, speaking of that, then the next one you got is the Zach Wild guitar.
Yeah.
Zach started his own company, right?
Yep.
And they basically just ripped off all the Gibson models that fucking they gave to him. And how much was that one?
That one was not too bad, like $1,500.
Okay, that's what I thought that would be about that. Now the V is fucking. I could tell that that's expensive, right?
Yeah, let me show you that one. See if I get a little closer to the detail. Let's see. Is it can you see the detail better?
Yeah. So and that's a what, Charvel or what?
Yep. No, that's a Jackson. Can you see the size even?
Okay. Even the size. Did they paint the back?
Yeah, check out the back. This thing's insane, bro.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
So, anyways, this guitar was painted and made at the Jackson Custom Shop. And I got to put everything back. So, hold on a second. Yeah, so they made it custom, and then they had this guy come in there, Matt Lean, and he's a famous airbrush artist and stuff, and he painted that thing. And then some guy in Russia bought it for like $8,000 or $10,000. I don't know, something really crazy. And then a guy out here won the lotto in Spring Hill, and he bought all these guitars. He didn't know what to do with his money, so he bought all these badass guitars, and they have shipped from Russia. And it's a one of a kind. And the guy's hands started going numb because he's old like us. His hands started tingling, so he couldn't play no more. So I took all his guitars and created a whole bunch of snakes for it. And basically, what I'm trying to do is build a nice little collection. So when I die, my son gets all my guitars. So I taught him how to play guitar, and he's really good. Right. So he's gonna get all my guitars, like, and everything. Did you ever see check out my amp? Because you know what this kind of amp is, right?
JVM. Okay. All right.
And then I got a mess of cabinet too.
Well, that's is that all old school tubes? But you don't got greenbacks in that. You probably got fucking some kind of metal fucking tubes in there, right?
Well, it's got 4 different channels and it does every sound. But that's a nice amp, man.
Right.
That's an expensive amp.
Oh, please believe me. I used to do the JCM 800s because we were 80s, so fucking the JCM 800s were the shit that we would pull.
Now let's see if you know what this is. And I'm telling you right now, I searched forever for this amp. It was this like 80s hairstyle band that I was friends with back in the day, and they played with this amp, and this amp had a certain sound to them, and even what the fuck am I trying to think of? Well, whatever. A lot of 80s bands use it, and it's a very rare amp. I looked forever. I found one, bro. It's 30 years old. I found it in mint condition. Take a look at this thing and tell me if you ever heard of it. If you ever seen one. Tell me if you could see it.
The GK?
Yeah.
The GK was that they were mainly bass amps.
No. That thing's made for like hair bands, man. It's got the sound.
No, but what I'm telling you is that GK started as bass amps.
Oh, okay.
And they became famous for bass amps.
Gotcha.
But when they made guitar amps, it didn't click as well, and they didn't sell as many guitar amps. So that's actually a good amp. It's an old ass amp, you know.
30 years old, and Iron Maiden did one of their albums with this amp, you know.
Yeah. Yep.
It has such an 80s sound. That's why I got it, because I told you I was trying to play 80s music, you know, sound. Right. And it's got that dripping sound. It's unique. You can't find it, you know, that sound.
Right.
You can't mass produce it. So it's just kind of something fun to play with, you know.
Yeah, no, that's fine. How much you pay for that?
I think like 600. It was hard to get, you know. It was bad.
No, that's not bad. I don't remember. Was that just a head, or was it is it a little contained amp?
It's a contained amp, and it gets really hot. You gotta be careful it doesn't start fire.
That was it. That was what the 80s were about. Fucking spend money, chance of a fire. All right, fucking that was just the way it goes.
I know. You gotta touch it every so often. If you cook an egg, you gotta shut it down.
Right. Yeah, you can only do a half-hour show with it. You know, like fucking.
But I'll tell you what, man, it's such a cool sound, you know. But,
right. Well, and then the last guitar, I want to hit that because that's really the type of guitar that you would own, right? That's the Skid Row guitar.
Okay, you're talking about the black one, the LT?
No, I'm talking about the green one.
Oh,
because the green one, if you could pick it up and show the camera, actually has a snake on it, right?
Oh yeah, badass, dude. Let's see if I can show.
Yeah, like look at that guitar. That was fucking Snake Sabo's guitar from fucking Skid Row. And man, it got that fucking, wait, is that Floyd Rose or is that one of the new?
That's a Floyd Rose, and then it's got a drop tune peg too.
Ah, gross. Okay. All right. God damn it. Fucking
cool.
But that is a fucking cool guitar. I remember they just put that out about 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, I love it. I seen the Snake and I'm like, I'm buying it. I don't care how it plays, and it actually plays amazing.
Right, and that's Kramer, right?
Yep.
Kramer, who's owned by Gibson now.
Yeah, it was pretty damn cool though. I mean, I got the thing. I'm thinking, it's probably gonna play in, you know, so, and I was like, woo, yeah.
Well, also, it was only about $1,600 when I looked at it, right?
Yeah, it was $1,200.
12. Okay, yeah. All right. Are you recording anything or no?
That's funny. So I got a hold of my old band members after 35 years last week.
Right.
And I came up with the idea of starting a band called Alzheimer. Not Alzheimer. What the hell? That's not funny. Okay, beep, beep. So,
that's funny. We're going to keep that. That's funny, right?
A band called Arthritis.
Okay.
Right. And we all got together and video chatted, and one's in Chicago still, one's in Tennessee, and I'm here in Florida. And we're trying to get together in Tennessee and record maybe this album. So I woke up one morning, I'm like, man, I got to start this band called Arthritis. And then all these names of songs start coming through my head, like Saggy Nutsack,
right.
The Balding Blues.
Hurts when you pee.
Yeah, exactly. I fall and I can't get up. Damn, another tooth gone. You know, I come up with all these crazy names for a whole set. So we're going to try to write material and see if we can record it.
Well, the thing, what I was doing with my band after I moved to New York is I was recording tracks here and just sending it over to them.
That's what I want to do. And my old drummer went to school for like recording people and stuff like that. He's really good at recording people. So like studio work, he went to a whole bunch of stuff with that, and he does a lot of music still. So I'm trying to talk to him right now that where we can send it to each other instead of going
somewhere, because
it's gonna be tough, you know.
My old band was like, one guy, I was in New York, one guy was in California, another guy was in Oregon, another guy was in Tennessee. So we did a couple of songs that way, and it definitely worked. And
I remember you sent me back in the day. It was cool, you know, it worked out good.
Right. Well, what I tried to do is I was like, maybe I could do this myself. And I just got the old guitar player and I was like, let's try doing this just ourselves, just some acoustic stuff. And we did 4 or 5 covers that were just acoustic, and we just sent the tracks back and forth.
Yeah, it sounded good. I remember. Are you going to keep forcing yourself to get back on the horse with the guitars?
No, I can't, man. The coordination just isn't there, and I'm sure it could get there if I was playing the piano every day and I was playing guitar every day. But I don't have time to do that, especially with the fucking leg. But with the leg, I'm actually getting a lot of downtime, so I may break out the acoustic.
I just thought maybe it will help you take your mind off things and escape. You know, the escape when you're
Yeah. Well, I do this when I want to do the escape. I do shit for the show.
True.
And what I may do is I may especially for my Patreon people, I may just put like the songs that we did record up for them, to hear. And if people tell me to get back into it, I'm a real people pleaser, so I probably will try. But I'll tell you, I played piano just like 2 years ago, and I sounded like a fucking second day piano student that was just flubbing shit and fucking, and I'm like, fuck, I worked so hard to be good at piano, and now I sound like fucking dog shit,
Well, possibly you can get it back, man.
Possibly, yeah. But also I would rather do shit to elevate the show than worry about writing songs anymore, because music is so disposable nowadays. Yeah,
It's more for you, I meant, than anybody.
Yeah. But I mean, the show kind of fulfills the creative stuff.
True. Exactly. Yeah, that's how I look at breeding snakes, dude. I'll be honest with you. I'm an artist. I did tattoos for 1,000 years, so I don't really do that anymore. So what I'm doing now is trying to make new patterns and new colors and design. So that's kind of fulfills my artistic, need that I've always done. So that helps a lot.
Yeah. Well, with the snakes too, it really it helps because you got to wait so long. Just like if you're have an idea. It takes that long to get the idea to fruition, right? Like fucking, we start writing a song, and it would take a month and a half to write a song.
Right.
So if it takes 2 months to breed a snake, why not, right?
Yeah, I just what I'm saying. Like you just got to do things to express who you are, whoever you are. It helps release shit.
Yeah, that's all. I mean, the one thing that I'm happy about the show is that. It made me able to be funny in front of people, right? Because like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I was just like, my friends would tell me, "Oh, you're so funny, you should do something." I'm like, "Nah, I don't like people, and I don't like, But now I'm just like, yeah, this is a good way to fucking show it off.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so basically, I do the show for me. It just so happens that other people like it,
Oh, yes. You are a funny-looking guy. I mean, a funny guy.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely, the thing that fucking made me stand out is I was funnier than Sean Bradley. Fucking, because what was there? There was me and Bullshit and that Josh guy, Josh Beatty.
Yeah, oh, yeah, that's right.
Did you ever go on Bullshit or no?
No.
I remember... Did you meet Sean for the first time in Daytona when I was with you? Because he was rolling by.
No, that was Arlington.
Okay, all right. He was rolling by. He was like, Ken Masick? And you're like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, this is going to be interesting. And I just watched it, right? So, no, you were never on Bullshit then?
No.
Okay.
He says all the time for the last 100 years, dude, I got to put you on, man. And nothing.
Nothing at all. He's bringing no-name 3-month breeders on before he was bringing you on. Well, he's not even doing it anymore, I think. But I think he's going to come back again. But yeah, fucking, that'd be funny. Maybe I'll tell him to have you on his first guest on that too.
Oh, jeez.
Fucking just be like, Bullshit is back with Kenny Masick. So
that's awesome.
You don't do many shows, many podcasts, right?
No, I'm quiet, man. Like I said, I just kind of sit in my little space and do my thing, and that's it.
You recently did one with Holly, not another reptile podcast?
Yeah. And I said, what the hell? Let's do it, you know. And no, I mean, I do podcasts if somebody asks me, but I'm saying as far as shows, I think you're asking me about shows. Like, I don't
No,
really.
I'm asking you about podcasts.
Oh yeah, anytime, you know. I mean, anytime you call me before or anybody, let's do it, you know.
Well, yeah, but I haven't seen you on any, except for Holly's. That's what I'm saying.
Like nobody's asking.
All right, that's it. That's a hint to all you low-end podcasters. If you want them, Kenny Masick will come on your show. All right.
All right.
That's the way to do it, man. You got to get those little people.
We're kind of being tamed today. I don't know if you noticed that, Chris. We're usually a lot more vulgar and fucked up. So it's kind of good, though. This is the first time we actually behaved ourselves.
Yeah, well, my perspective has changed in the last couple of months, in the last couple of weeks with this thing going on.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's the same thing. Like after I had the stroke, I noticed that I would cry during insurance commercials.
Damn.
Yeah, I'd be like, that's so sad, right? And then I noticed, like, I was watching American Ninja Warrior, right? And this girl got through the obstacle course really fast. And I just started crying. I'm like, she probably worked her whole life, to get to that point, right?
That's awesome.
And then today, they showed like The Rock just came back to wrestling last night. And I watched the video and I was fucking just like crying. I'm like, fuck The Rock. Yeah, so yeah, I'm like a big pussy now, right? Like fucking.
Oh, The Rock.
I was so sad. I was like, yes. I was like, thank God. Like I'm like yelling at the screen.
You need The Rock, Stone Cold, The Undertaker, Mick Foley.
That's where those were the guys, right? So
yeah.
Dude, I started crying as soon as his music came on, right?
You're like, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just like, imagine having 80,000 people cheering for you, like just walking out somewhere and having 80. Can you imagine The Rock at the supermarket? He just walks in, the place stops, and fucking people are just cheering for him.
Right. I'm stopping.
That's what I'm like, that's what I want, I think. I want that. I want to walk into a reptile expo and everybody just stops and cheers.
I want to be honest with you, bro. With this whole thing that you went through, it shows you how many people care about you,
Yeah, well, that was...
that's an eye-opener.
It made me eat my words, man.
Yeah, it's an eye-opener, I mean, you knew who was going to care, but
Right.
There's a lot of people that came through that you didn't expect,
There was so many strangers that just wrote me these fucking long-ass emails.
Right.
About shit. And
but that's cool though, man,
it was cool. So I used to say 20% of the ball python hobby is cool and 80% sucks. I may have to revise that. I may have to revise that to about 45% of the ball python people are cool.
Yeah.
And about 55 suck. So
you know what? That's pretty fair though, man. I mean, I think you're pretty fair analysis.
Yeah, I can't thank these people enough. I mean, these people fucking...
it helps keep you pushing.
Yeah. Well, not only that, a couple of people with prosthetics reached out.
Yeah.
They basically, Bionic Benny, I want to fucking shout out Bionic Benny. He's fucking awesome. He went through this exact same thing. And I think that he was at Bill Stiegel's house when I was there. And I didn't even fucking talk to him because I didn't even know that he had a fucking fake leg.
Damn. That's good.
Well, the thing is, he was wearing shorts. I should have fucking known. And I think he had one of those fucking C things like Oscar Pistorius and the Olympic runners do. So,
wow.
Oh man, dude, I bet he could jump really high, right?
Yeah.
So fucking, and I saw it, and I didn't notice it, I guess, but fucking, that just shows that you could have a prosthetic leg and be part of this fucking, hobby and still like live your life, because fucking Benny was fucking running around like fucking.
Oh, you'll get it back, bro. You'll be strong and you'll probably feel better with your leg eventually. It's going to take a long road. I mean, it's just going to be a long road. But once you get down, once you get it down and fight through all that shit, I'm sure you just not even think about it. You just got to throw your shit on and go, man. You know?
Right. Well, that's the thing. But now, it's pretty rough, man. Like I got to sleep on my back, and I've never slept on my back in the history of my life, right?
Fuck.
And it's fucking like it's hard. You can't roll over anywhere because you don't have that shit to balance you out, you know?
True.
So every time I try to roll over, I just roll right back like a fat bastard. And I used to roll right back over like a fat bastard because I was a fat bastard. Now I'm not a fat bastard, and I roll over, and I still fucking.
You can't win.
You can't fucking win. So I'm just thankful that I can still please women. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about that. Okay. And,
yeah. I'm just saying, I'm glad you're staying in good spirits. I'm glad you jumped back on the podcast, and you know, you're not cowarding down and hiding and doing a big pity party. You know, I mean, what you went through was hell, and I felt so bad the whole time. But the nice part is you're being strong. You know, for you.
Yeah, I'm being strong, but believe me, there are days that I break down. Like fucking.
Oh,
I
I'm
have
sure.
my parents living with me right now. Right,
Oh.
like literally, my parents are living with me in a 1-bedroom apartment in New York. Okay.
I'd be losing it too, bro, because it's not, you know, it's nothing that, you know.
Well, it's the thing is the disruption to your life, you know, like you can't fucking, you know, like I got to take a walker to go take a shit, okay? And the problem is that I got to fucking bounce on the walker with my one leg so that it's like a little tripod, right? And I squeeze in the bathroom because the walker doesn't fit in the bathroom forward. You gotta go sideways, right?
Damn it.
And every time I hop, you bump, and it fucking pushes the shit out a little bit more, right? So
I knew you were going to say that. I knew
so you get worried, right? So you get worried, so you go faster.
Like,
and then you fucking falling into the walls because fucking you're worried that you're gonna shit yourself, right?
oh shit.
It's such a fucking disruption to the life, you know.
Oh god.
It's so fucking, and they don't tell you that when they're like, yeah, you really should chop off the leg, you'll get rid of it. You know,
you can hop sideways to take a shit.
But you're gonna have to hop sideways to take a shit. And it's fucking rough. I'm spending 15 hours a day in bed sleeping. And I'm just like, this is, I ran out of painkillers yesterday, so I can't take painkillers.
How's it feeling today?
It's hurting, but you know, I got friends telling me to try edibles, right?
Yeah.
But I don't want to try edibles because fucking you never know with edibles, right? Like fucking, they don't make edibles in the same place that they make Tylenol, right? Some fucking pothead is making the edible. And the last thing that I need is for fucking him to get to my gummy bear and forget whether he put weed in it or not, and then puts like 2 or 3 times the weed in it, and then I'm triple fucked up when I eat it. I'm in no pain, but I'm fucked up, you know. So
right.
I don't know about the edibles, so you know, we'll see. But you know,
I mean, soon the pain might get better every day until
that's what I assume. I assume that I'm just gonna have to walk it off. Not literally, because I only have one leg.
Hop it off.
I'm gonna have to hop it off.
Hop it off.
And, you know, and we'll just kind of go from there. But
I'm just glad you're in good spirits, bro. You got to stay strong. Keep up the good fight, and keep up the good podcast, and your life you'll get your life back. You'll get it. I know you will.
No, I'm positive I will.
Yeah, me too.
I'm already discussing types of prosthetics.
Oh yeah.
You know, so I think
are they cheap? Are they?
They're $160,000 a piece.
Whoa!
At least the one that they give you. Okay. So.
Wow.
But the one they give you is probably only going to last like 8 or 10 months because your leg is going to settle into a certain, you know, shape or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. And then you know they'll give you a new one, but I don't want I don't need the C Oscar Pistorius one. I just need one that I could walk around with, hop some steps, maybe go onto a trail. Because what I would like to do is, if I can walk like a normal person, I would like to go out to Seattle and go on one of these Bigfoot expeditions. But
Hell
you gotta go. But you gotta go into the woods and shit, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm gonna need something that could climb hills and dirt and gravel and shit. But the Terminator leg, right? Like if I could get a Terminator leg, that's kind of all terrain, kind of, And the cool thing about it is if I could get a Terminator leg, I got a sound designer friend who said he'll make a little disc that whenever I walk, it goes zzz, zzz, zzz.
Damn.
Just like a real Terminator.
Damn.
So that's what I'm looking forward to.
That's pretty cool. Did you ever see? Remember the Tiger King? That one guy that had prosthetics. They were all like,
yeah, two of them. Yeah.
Yeah, they were wicked looking, dude.
Well, he tattooed one of them. I'll send one of them down to you. You can fucking tattoo it for me.
I'm in. Let's fucking do it.
My next tattoo will be done by you. Okay. And I don't know.
$60,000.
No, my next tattoo on my real skin.
Okay.
I'll come down to you once all this shit is over with. But the fuck was I going to say? I don't know. I was fucking like on a little bit of a rant there. I don't know if you noticed or not, but my logo is tattooed on another Floridian.
Yeah.
He just tattooed my logo on him when he was in the 15 Minutes of Lane contest.
That's awesome.
And then he tattooed my co-host on him because we do a Tuesday show called Bronx Down Under, which is going to be this Tuesday. No, it already passed, so sorry. But anyway, it's going to be this coming Tuesday, where he tattooed their shit on his fucking, thing.
Damn.
It almost made my tattoo on him like worth a little less.
Right?
Because now I'm like, you're tattooing everybody that you fucking like on your fucking arm. Like
whoring out. Out.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me anymore. Fucking. So yeah, I'll come down to you for my next tattoo because I definitely want to do. See, I got the I got the Junkies and Thieves tattoo there.
Yeah.
So I want something behind it. I want to do something for what my parents did for all this shit that I'm going through. Right.
That's cool.
So we'll figure out something and I'll have you do it. And that'll be cool. All right. Well, anything else you want to fucking say or pimp out? You want to pimp out your dumb bang jeans?
Well, all I'm going to say to the market is that a lot of people are tripping out and panicking, and I think the strong will survive. That's all I'm going to say. So the people that stick with it will survive. I'm just tired of everybody screaming and yelling about stuff, and you got to put the work in, man. You got to put the work in, and you got to grind it out, and then you can still make something out of it. That's all I'm going to say.
It's always the people that don't grind that are screaming, "The sky is falling."
You got to bump it, grind like R. Kelly, baby.
That is that the guy that peed on the kids?
Yeah, okay, no R. Kelly. I'm just saying, just bump it, grind. Bump it, grind.
Dude, Ken Masick, thank you so much for taking the time and.
I always love hanging out with you, brother. Anytime.
Dude, I'm going to be in Florida prior to the next Daytona. I do know that. How close are you to Port St. Lucie?
I think it's like an hour and a half or something, maybe.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Well, you'll probably be one of the first people to see me limp it out, and we'll go to dinner. Right?
Let's do it.
If you need it, I got premium parking, baby. All right.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna get a sticker soon too, so don't worry.
Oh yeah. You better get that sticker. Yeah.
You gotta watch me walk. I'm like, I was at physical therapy for the last 2 months because of my atrophy in my knee from the surgery for 30 years ago and whatever. And I can't even walk anymore, barely, and I'm screaming in pain, and I'm in hell right now. And but know where the hell you're in, but I'm in hell. But
you know what I have to say to that? I have to
which
say,
leg is it? Your left?
It's the left leg, yeah.
Yeah, mine's my left too. So we're both only got right good legs.
But anyway, Ken Masick, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks, brother. Hit me up later or something.
Yeah, I definitely will. All right, brother. I'll talk to you in a little bit. This is coming out on the 1st.
All right, man. Take care, brother.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you later.
Peace.
Geeky Geckos is Arizona's largest gecko breeder, and they're helping usher the Fatman into the leopard gecko space. They have a really popular YouTube channel for education, care, and breeding, and all that other fun shit. And they have an active community on Instagram, Facebook, and Discord over at Geeky Gecko Creations. Oh, since they're in Arizona and it's fucking 98 degrees there in the winter, they could ship year round. Plus, if you buy from them, they basically have free consultations about your collection for life. That's forever. Forever and ever. Call or text Frank today at 480-299-7657 with any questions or inquiries that you have. That's a fucking man that stands by his shit, that he's willing to give out his fucking cell number to all of you degenerates. There's another Snakes and the Fat Man special with Geeky Gecko Creations. It's hard to fucking say. There's a special 10% discount on all applicable animals using code SATFM10 at checkout. Go check out Frank and his awesome fucking animals at geekygecko.creations.com.
Guys, thank you so much for sticking around till the end. I'm sorry about the audio issue that we had with Kenny. I'm fucking around with a bunch of new computer things here, and by mistake, I didn't realize that it was being picked up, or at least my volume was being picked up by the laptop mic and not this mic over here. So first show back, I wanted everything to be perfect, but hopefully you guys could hear me, and Kenny's audio was just fine. So my audio definitely sounded a little tinny, so I apologize for that. That shouldn't have happened. I am a professional. Okay. Anyway, new show here every 2 weeks on the 1st and the 15th of every month. We're doing these Zoom calls again. I've been feeling, at least okay enough to do the Zoom calls again. That's going to be happening in another 2 weeks. I don't know the date on that. We did one this last Sunday, and we had a fucking good time, man. A lot of fucking people showed up, so I was very happy about that. And also, the Sunday Hot Girl Show is coming back with a vengeance, okay? And that's going to happen probably in about 3 weeks. So I just want to let the sponsors of that show know that I'm not fucking around, man. I'm just trying to get back to fucking normal, even if I got to fucking wheel my ass to this desk every Sunday to fucking do it. So that's going to be in about 3 weeks, the Sunday Hot Girl Show. Don't forget Bronx Down Under every Tuesday with me, Brian Rivera, Luke Stratford. We don't talk any reptile shit. We don't really talk about anything. It's basically a show about nothing that always ends up being about something. So check out Bronx Down Under. We have stickers and T-shirts and magnets, or we will have stickers, T-shirts, and magnets in the next week or so. And we'll put those up on the website, and you could buy your Bronx Down Under fucking apparel and swag. So I'm looking forward to that too. New Fatman T-shirts are coming out. Listen, I wasn't just laying around in the fucking hospital thinking about fucking shitty podcasts and the way that they fucking do things. I was fucking getting work done. So we're gonna have new Snakes and the Fat Man T-shirts coming out. I'm hoping that we could put them under the Christmas tree. So that would be fucking amazing if I just get my ass up and fucking finish the designs. But when I say get my ass up, I don't mean like up. I mean like up on one leg. So listen, what are you gonna do? Anyway, guys, thanks for fucking hanging out and coming back and staying with this for the whole show. I know that Kenny appreciates it. I know that O'Malley appreciates it. And look, I appreciate it. I appreciate everything that you guys have done for me over the last couple of months. And that's the last time I'm going to say it, because I don't want to be that guy that tears up and fucking almost cries because the fucking community that I thought hated me fucking really came through for me. So thank you guys. And I will see you in in 2 weeks on this show. What are we going to have? I think we're going to have Tim from Intrepid Exotics on. And yeah, he's a good guy that I met at Retic Fest. And but by the way, I'll also give my review of Retic Fest on the next one. I just thought that you know, the story of my leg was more important this time. So anyway, guys, I don't know what I'm doing here anymore. Anyway, I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Take care. Holy fucking shit. I can't believe I almost forgot the Patreon people. Listen, join the Patreon family. Patreon.com/Snakes and the Fatman. Be like all these fucking cool motherfuckers right here. All members of the only reptile cool guy club on the fucking planet. You get fucking exclusive videos. You're going to get discounts from guests that we have, and it's just fucking fun, okay? You get early entrance into the Zoom calls. It's just, you know, we're going to be doing a lot more Patreon. I know that I keep saying that, but fucking now that I'm basically 3/4 of the Fat Man, I have a lot more bent up energy in me. So I'm going to be doing a lot more for just Patreon people in the next couple of months. So those of you who stuck with me, thank you so much. Those of you that are just joining, listen, can't even thank you enough. And for those of you that left, fuck yous. All right. It's all good. I'm still going to be doing it anyway. So join the Snakes and the Fat Man Patreon page, patreon.com/Snakes and the Fat Man. Now I'll see you in 2 weeks. Should I do the sexy fucking hat thing again? All right. All right, guys. I'll see you in 2 weeks. Take it easy.
Everyone talks their own shit about what kind of racks you should buy. Metal racks are great, but everyone doesn't want a goddamn 7 foot high, 6 foot wide, 2,000 pound metal rack in their fucking house. That's a 2 refrigerator footprint, man. 2 fucking refrigerators. Sea Serpents makes insane quality racks that could fit anywhere. They're stackable PVC racks that are living room friendly, and they're shipped fully assembled with heat tape already installed. Just plug it into a thermostat and you're ready to go. When we had the shop, we had over 20 Sea Serpent racks there before they ever became a sponsor of Snakes and the Fat Man. I don't breed much anymore these days, but I still have a few racks here in my house, and you could be goddamn sure that they're Sea Serpents. Oh, and they also make hotbox incubators, probably the best reptile incubators made in America. At the height of our breeding business, we had 4 4-foot hotbox incubators, and again, I still have a small hotbox incubator here in case anything I keep actually does breed. Go to SeaSerpents.com and check out their incredible selection of PVC racks and tell Chris Nettles that the Fat Man sent you.